Hey guys, PuzzLEGO here, and today I'm going to be showing you my new masterpiece, this level 10 LEGO puzzle box called Grey Box. But today's going to be different because we're going to be creating this puzzle box from scratch. If you want to see me solve it first, go to the first timestamp, and if you want to build it, go to the first link in the description. Otherwise, subscribe and enjoy this video. So, let's get into it. So I started off with this 6x6 grey plate and pretty much no knowledge of what I was going to do. I was going to see how long this would take me to finish the puzzle box, and hint, it takes over 2 hours. Okay, so first I started thinking of designs. Okay, so I have an idea of making a sliding door that you can open up. So let's just start with that. I started building my first idea, and usually with these puzzle boxes, building one idea will lead to another, which will lead to another, and eventually you have a finished box. Okay, now that we have our first idea established, it's actually pretty easy to go from here. While waiting for myself to come up with a new design, I just want to say that schoolwork has stopped me from uploading in a while. I know I haven't been posting very frequently, but I am back on the YouTube grind and should start posting more frequently soon. You can see that if I push this out, it could have gone there, but it can't come out. If you continue pushing it, you're able to shake it out. After this, I started making mechanisms for the bar, which was going to push the half pin out. I started working on a mechanism where this bar that you see here can only be pulled out once it's lifted. Okay, that's pretty viable. So why don't we just put this as the start of the puzzle and you receive an axle. So let's just put this here and we'll put the axle here. I wanted to include the mechanisms. I took this bottom level apart to include a different mechanism that I'd thought of. We now have 5 across, and what we're going to make is a little centrifugal thing. Put this here, we'll be able to make a centrifugal force-based mechanism. Put this through like so. Now it's locked. But if you spin the mechanism, it's now unlocked. Okay, great. Okay, we could also make this into a drawer. And now when it gets pulled out, this guy can come out. Right there, like that. Okay, so now we've got all that in order, the steps are, so you first tilt this red one here, then you tilt these two. Now you can pull this out, you can do that. If you rotate, you should be able to pull this to there. Now you've got it to there, I'm gonna put this in there. So then you can get that out. Then you can take this out. Then you can tilt this out. Then you can pull that out. Then you can pull this out. And then use this at the top to get the bar. Push this back. Insert the bar. You get this, you pull it back, and you get one of these yellow things. Now all there was to do was to work on the top part of the mechanism. Usually this is far less dense than the bottom, so it was pretty easy work from here. Alright, I have another idea. Something there that stops this axle from moving initially. Okay, so this axle is going to go up to the very top. Oh, that's perfect. I can just put this under there. Okay, so now the actual start of the puzzle is to remove this push this like that, then you can continue the puzzle. So let's just reset that and let's keep building it up. So this is just this drawer from down here, and what's going to happen is I'm going to push something out here like that. At this point, I had put the finishing touches on the puzzle, and I pretty much thought I was done. Except for the fact that there were problems. Okay, so I just finished making some modifications, including here, because it turns out with the previous stud that you could have gone from here, you can actually open this top. Even after this was done, there were a few more modifications, which you'll see in the mechanism later, but apart from that, I had pretty much finished. So now it's time to move on to the next part, the solve. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to solve this. It's 32 steps in total, and of course I already know how to solve it, but I'm going to try and solve it as if I don't already know how to solve it. So let's have a look at this puzzle first. On this side, there's this sticking out bar, which you can't seem to move or pull out. You can rotate it. Doesn't seem to do anything at the moment. Some drawers. Now on this side, there's a couple of drawers which you can't do anything with. And then there are these two drawers, which you can pull out a little bit, but not any further. On this side, there's pretty much nothing. And on this side, there's quite a bit. There's this drawer, which you can't really do much with. There's this, which you can't. And there's also this, which you might notice can move a little bit, but you can't actually do anything with it right now. So the first step is to slide this piece out, and you might not notice it. It's kind of hidden. Now that you have this piece, you can see inside the puzzle, and there's actually a hole that's revealed here. You can't actually insert this because this claw is stopping it, and it doesn't matter anyway because you can't do anything with that. Now what this has revealed is this drawer here, which you may notice is a little bit loose if you can push at it. So second step is to insert this here, and now the third step is just to slide it across like so. So now this is moved over here. You can't actually move it because this is stopping it, and also if you look really closely, this extends up higher, so it doesn't matter anyway. But you might be wondering, what does this actually reveal? Like, there's this one block gap that doesn't really do anything, but it actually reveals a gap if you look through the corner, and this is actually a 1x2x1 panel piece. So now all you have to do is tilt the puzzle like this. This thing has slid into this gap, and now you tilt the puzzle like this, and now you can move this drawer out like that. So now that's slightly out, you can actually slide this drawer like that, and now it reveals another hole in the box. So now the next step is to rotate this like so, and now that you've rotated it, you can push this drawer back in, and now you want to try and get this out. So the reason why you could have pulled this drawer out when you tilted the box this way was because there's actually two axles inside the box, and so you can deduce that the two axles of one here and one here, which means that if you want to move this, one of the axles has to go this way and one of the axles has to go this way. And the only way to do that is by spinning the box. So let's try that now. Spin the box. Okay, now that we've spun the box, we can pull this open a little bit more. It's one stud out. And now that we've done that, we're just going to tilt the box a little bit this way and shake like that. Now that we've done that, make sure that a piece in there moves. We're going to stick this back in, tilt the box back, and now pull this drawer back out, rotate this back, and now we get this piece out. So this piece can now be inserted into here and pull this drawer out, and this drawer actually reveals an axle, and obviously this axle can be used to pull this drawer out. Great. So now they've got this axle out, you can see that this drawer has the potential to be pulled out completely instead of just a little bit. So we're gonna move this back once again, move this back once again, now spin it once again, and now we can pull this drawer completely out. Now that we have this drawer completely out, we can now insert it in here, right? This drawer can't be inserted into here because this claw gets stuck. So once we insert this drawer, it pushes this piece out, and now we get a new piece, and this piece looks pretty similar to this piece. And although it is one step wide, it doesn't actually do anything. And so actually the next step is to realize that this is actually our jumper plate, which means that this can be rotated like that, which means that this is slightly longer and now can be used to push this out just enough to grab it. And again, this piece is pretty similar, but this time, instead of this being able to push something out, it now makes it you're able to lift this axle up, the bar and pull it out. So now we've got the bar, there's a pretty obvious place to stick it in, which is right here. And you may notice this axle. So you push this out, and now this axle's in here. Tilt the puzzle, slide this out, and slide this back. Now we get this axle pin piece. Another obvious place to put it, right here. Pull this out, and now you can use this piece, push the final piece out, and get the money. That was the entire puzzle box.